The Mongolian.
Like what? Oh.
I don't know.
Huh?
Yeah,
Well,
like what? Like what?
like
What
the
things?
Mongolian,
Because you're talking about Catholic patriarchy from the Mexican perspective, right? So they have a strong patriarchal society because it's informed deeply by Catholicism.
Yep.
So it's very patriarchal. I get that, but Mongolians are really patriarchal too. So I'm like, it's like, what's the thing you're pointing to here?
Well, I'm just saying I think that's interesting. I wanted to talk about it. Like, what is everyone's experiences with different cultures and how do they clash? Because that was just kind of what I wanted to talk about in a sense. I don't know.
Yeah, what were yours?
What were my what? My cultural differences?
Yeah.
Yeah, these experiences that you're talking about, that you want to talk about, yeah.
Well, I mean, just in terms of like the culture, like it just kind of, the basis of culture determines, you know, how you perceive the world and how, like, your mate and everything like that. So, for me, I've seen, like, I don't have like a specific thing on it. I just, you know, I don't know. I don't have like some juicy, sorry.
Okay, then I'll move it on.
Yeah.
You said dating is difficult because women entered the workforce. What do you mean?
I think that men enjoy providing because it's kind of like a masculine thing that happens to man. I think they like providing. I think that when the women join the workforce, there is now like a competition with men, and I think that that demasculinizes men. And I also think that it makes the dating pool of high value men to be smaller because they're getting like pushed out by like high achieving women. And then also you get women, which sometimes I do this because I do, like, I have a career and all that stuff, where you kind of just, you're like, oh, I'm the boss, but I don't want to be the boss. And I think that's maybe the cultural problem with me, is that I want to be like traditional Mexican, but then at my, like, but how I live my life is like, I run shit, you know? And so maybe that's what I was trying to get at.
Okay. Anybody else want to weigh in on that?
Yeah, I somewhat agree to that in many circumstances, in terms of like you're independent more, and it's not like you want to be because you're forced into it probably. But it's funny because, like, you know, like your culture, like you said, Mexican culture, it's like men provide and women like, but is that like your upbringing wise?
Yes,
did you
yes.
did you not have like a father figure there? Or
No, my parents have been married 40 years, thankfully.
So you being overachieving, is that just a you thing, or like, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, my sister and my mom are both homemakers, and I would love to do that, but I got forced into working.
Yeah.
The other thing that happened when women entered the workforce is that wages didn't go up because there was a larger supply of workers. So, yeah, we should just go back to cooking. But the thing is, because I am a Mexican woman in my core, like, I do love cooking, and like if someone comes over, I host, and I would love to just make sandwiches every day and tend to some plants.
No, I kind of agree to that.
Why don't you move to Mexico?
I mean,
That's nice, you know.
I love Mexico. I have dual citizenship. Like, I love Mexico.
I mean, it seems like that would solve your issue, right?
I don't think I have that big of an issue.
Oh, I mean, it sounded like you were saying that there's an issue where you feel like the men who are around you are demasculinized, or they don't have feelings of masculinity because you're like an overachieving, working girl or something.
No, not me specifically. I think just as a high level, like, concept. Like, what do y'all think?
I think, are you in California, did you say?
I live in Texas right now.
Well, Texas, you're going to find some manly men, traditional guys. You know what? Get with the Patriots. Those dudes have balls, all right? The guys that skip around here in California, it's grim. Seriously. It's none of this, especially right now, it's not, I have the same problem because I have my own business, have my whole life. But the thing is, there are manly men out there that appreciate it, and they want to be a man, and you feel sexier with men that pay things, that do things, that take the man role, and you just calm yourself down a little bit, let them talk, let them shine, be their cheerleader, and screw your career. Don't even talk about it. Don't say how much money you have in the bank. They don't need to know. That's top secret.
Yeah, I don't think men care how successful we are.
Yeah.
Like, I think women have adopted, like, when we go into dating, where, like, we're trying to be like, oh, I've accomplished this, and I've done this, and I've done that. They don't care.
Exactly. They don't
like,
care. They want to be the winner.
They want to know that they're safe with you emotionally. And I feel like if we show that, like, oh, we're like so bad and we do all these things and we're so independent, and then it's so aggressive and it's so masculine, and it's like we can be that in our business, but like they want to feel safe that we're not going to like do that to them like on a daily basis.
What's feminine? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like you can have all those
being
things.
sexy, exactly.
I dated this guy and we broke up, and at the end he was like, okay, go Miss Independent Woman. Like that,
Well, he's
that
a
was like his
hater.
biggest insult to me, and he was masculine too, but that was like a big
The
push.
secure guys don't care. They're going to be
Yeah.
happy
But
for you.
I would love to like just tend to my animals and, you know, feed people and make everything pretty, but then
Then you just do that.
no, well, I
That's
need
just what
money.
you-
I gotta
well,
work
you
my
don't
corporate
tell.
job. Gotta tell people what to do.
You play the mystery with the man. You don't let him know. You don't need to pump your own ego around him.
Yeah,
You don't.
yeah, agreed.
You just, you go, sweetheart, how can I rock your world? That's all they want to know.
Do you feel like you've
really.
been the provider in majority of your relationships in the past?
Oh no. Yeah, my last relationship, he was 10 years younger than me, and I was his sugar mama, 100%.
Because
I think
also
that's the problem. Like if you're dating
But
younger men,
I don't know.
you know?
That's the only younger men I've ever been
Okay.
with, and I went from like CEO. He took me out of the job force. I was like doing that, and then all of a sudden I went to 10 years younger. So
Did your 10 or the younger boyfriend you had, did he feel emasculated? The fact that you were the breadwinner? Did he feel
I
insecure?
think he liked it.
And that's
What a pussy.
yeah. I don't know. I think, well, it was like, I actually really like taking care of people too. Like, I give people gifts. I give everyone a little present.
But when do you
know?
get to be taken care of?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I take care of myself too, which is.
Well, I mean, what are you guys doing to deserve to get taken care of? That's the question.
Well, if you be a good girlfriend, I feel like it's like a mutual give and take.
What does
type
that
of
mean,
situation.
though?
A good
What's
girlfriend
a
is
good
like
girlfriend?
being able to like I wake up every morning, and not like thinking this first thing, but when you wake up, you generally want to do the best for your partner, and you think about ways to make them happy and ways that you can just take care of them. And I feel like a lot of men these days, they don't really think that, perhaps, you know, not like actively at least. Like if you do ask a guy like, what do you like about me? Are they gonna say the things you do for them or who you are as like a person? But in terms of like the masculinity thing, it does like build when you are the one doing everything and you want someone to take care of you and stuff, which is very valid. But at the same time, like you want to give them the opportunity to, I feel like, too. A lot of times, like we take care of things to the point where like we don't give them the opportunity sometimes.
Well, I take care of people too much, and that's when I forget about
What do you
myself.
take care of? Like, what do you take care of that they're not getting the opportunity to take care of? Are you fixing the apartment? Like, what do you do? What are you doing?
Like what men do that like nowadays? Like how much men can
No,
actually
they don't do
fix
that. Women don't
You know
do
what I mean?
shit when it comes to building. They don't do anything.
But
what
they
are you
do.
talking about?
That's because men and women have like different kind of roles. They do. We're equal in many senses, but we're just like we're feminine masculinity. There's just two different like sectors to that. I feel like I think men should be manly and women should be feminine, and I think that's how like a good relationship is. There's just a balance of two. You know, there's just different roles. I feel like why do most men want a woman as a wife, like genuinely want a woman. They want someone who can make them feel safe, like you said, take care of them, and also, just do the things that they can't really do for themselves. Like a lot of times in cultural differences, especially like for masculinity, like macho, what's it called? Like when the Mexican macho? Machismos, like they are like heavily in that mindset, and sometimes they need like a feminine energy in it. It's just, there's different roles. And I agree with you that what do women do to deserve a masculine man, and that's like why relationships work when there's just two, when there's two people working.
The way I like give myself to a partner is by knowing their preferences. Like
Yeah.
I like to know like how they like their eggs made. Like
Yeah,
I love to cook. I
Me
love to
too, me
cook.
too. I understand
And
that.
so that's actually like how one of my love languages is to like understand like everything you hate and everything you like, and then
Yeah.
just cater to you at all moments.
Consideration
I
is the
agree.
purest form of love.
Yeah. It's just the little things that you take note of that make
Yeah.
them feel like they're being taken care of. But everyone, despite gender, have different preferences because of the way they're raised, and like different things they go through in life makes them need different things. Like for us, since we have to grow up like taking care of things, we do want someone who can take care of us, you know? And it's not like I have to always ask you for things, but it's just like a good person observes you. When they love you, they observe you, they know you enough to be like, oh, I don't have to like ask her, do you want me to clean the house? Like, if it's dirty, you should probably like do it too. Or
Honey, can
do
I
it
get
too.
some money so I can hire somebody to clean the house?
Oh yeah, like I just like just certain things I feel, and like there's rich people who like hire people to do it. If they have a big house, valid. But if you have a small house, then it's just like it's not necessary. Just different things like that. I feel like it's.
I get cleaning ladies because they're become my friends.
all right. If you're
Because
supporting, you're
they're
supporting.
Mexicans,
You
I'm
know,
like,
yeah,
"Hola,
you're
¿cómo
supporting, you're
estás?"
supporting.
They're my friends. When I moved from California, my cleaning lady and I cried together.
Yeah. You build relationships. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I think about like male and females and things that don't work out. Typically, like I grew up and I don't think I've ever gotten guys my age like ask me out. And it's because like I grew up and I had to like work. Started working around 15, and I had that grind, and I stopped socializing with people a lot because I focused on work and I didn't really have friends. I never really partied or anything, and people see that like you have that energy and they don't really go to you because they're not ready for like commitment, of course, and then or whatever you're on there, they want to go do other things when they're young. You know what I mean?
I feel like I got tricked by modern feminism. And they were like, you should work really hard
Not just
and
that,
just
but,
do
like,
your
if you
career.
want
And I
a
did
man,
it. And I
yeah.
did it. And I'm here. And I'm like, wait.
I agree. And
who
like
did
if you
this to
want a
me?
man who's like stable and has money, you're probably like a gold digger. Like when I was young, I was like, okay, it's like shallow to think these things. But now like after my first relationship, I'm like, it's honestly important for a man to have drive. Because if I have drive and then they don't, it's like
Yeah.
I can't be a babysitter and take care of like myself and like you. So
I am
there needs to
not
be a
going to wear the
balance.
pants. I'd rather be alone.
Yeah.
Truly.
And they don't even
I
need to
was
be
a
rich. They just
hustler
need to be
from
like
the-
achieving, you know, to an extent.
I was a hustler from the beginning.
Yeah.
And guys had nothing to offer, nor did they want to. Did they want to work? They didn't want to do anything.
Yeah, it's like they just
And I'm
don't want
thinking,
to.
how
I
am I
agree.
going to own a home by myself if I don't have a partner? And my sisters that were married just said,
Yeah.
keep working, keep doing it.
Yeah.
And then I'd meet guys that would go, I got to take you down a peg or two.
But
And
then
I told
like you don't actually like them or what?
no, I liked him. And I told my sister, he just said he's got to take me down a peg or two. She goes, that's not good. And I'm going, this dude kept circling my life to see how much better off I was. He'd come over to check out to see what I'd done to my place. And I'm thinking, dude, I could buy or sell you, loser. And look what you've done.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Nothing.
even like associate with those people. Honestly.
Hello.
You're just like,
Hello.
"Oh, I'm good.
Well, why he kept circling around and I'd say, over. Next.
Good. Valid.
Over. Yeah.
Try not to bang on the table, please.
Oh, sorry.
We have a message coming through. Anal? What
Anal
the fuck?
Skywalker donated $200. These girls are so delusional.
Oh, they're
They've been
delusional.
ran
Oh,
through
wow.
more times than a yellow-ite.
You know-
Ladies
Wow.
these days expect to be treated like a queen, but have taken more loads than a washing machine.
Like that's wild to say.
That's some
That's
Shakespeare.
wild to say.
Shakespeare.
You know, like
poetry.
before I came on this podcast, people were like, "Oh my God, they do
What a
shit on
comment.
women."
Oh,
but
Oh, we don't shit on women.
But it's
The
wild to
comments
say
shit
that.
on
Yeah, it's
women.
like wild to say this. I feel like men who say this never had a good women because they're not good men.
I wanna
If
see
you're
his-
a
I wanna
good
see his
man,
profile pic.
You will attract good women, or like you would have the standard to have good women. But if you're like a man who just takes what they get, that's just what you're gonna get.
That's really bizarre and self-contradictory. So
How
it
so?
seems to me like men who say, well, I have standards and I'm able to spot when
That's
women
good. Then,
are-
like, why would they
are- Hang
even
on, let
experience
me
that?
finish.
Yeah,
I didn't
valid.
interrupt your prattle at all.
Oh,
so
pardon.
when I think if a guy can make a determination very quickly based on what women are saying, what their value is, that's the ultimate sign of security. I don't know, like your statement here is self-contradictory. They've just never had a good woman. It's like, no, I think probably they have had good women, and that is where they are making the judgment and standard for women who are not good, right? That makes way more sense to me.
No, that's valid, of course. That's valid, of course. But what they're saying straight up is assuming who we are.
I was gonna say because they said like they've been ran through more than a washing machine,
like, I
or a
had two
coin in a washing
boyfriends.
machine, or through a yellow
That's
light.
wild.
So that is just an assumption. Like, how do you know that?
Can we
know
see their
that?
profile picture?
Well, okay, hang on. I think that's fair. I think that it's fair for you to say, like, how would you ever be able to ascertain this, right?
Right.
However, I think you would have to agree with me that the reason stereotypes exist is because a lot of times they're true. So let's take, for instance, chair 2. Do you think people might have a preconceived notion that perhaps chair 2 might be, I don't know, something akin to perhaps a sex worker or something like that just by looking at her? I think the odds are pretty high that they would. Do you think that they would be being unreasonable or insane or in some way unjust for making that determination? I don't think so.
I think it's
that
still unjust.
Based on how women carry themselves, just like with men, you can tell a lot about the confidence of a man by how he carries himself, and you can tell a lot about how a woman is by the way she dresses and by the way she presents herself, right?
Agreed. And a lot of times, for example, that man, he's like assuming all women just because of like one particular subgroup of women is like kind of in a sense being stereotypical and like not racist, but it's just like you're assuming a whole thing. I feel like to be just a decent person wouldn't assume a whole subgroup based on just OnlyFans or like corn people. You know, there's just so much variety
What
out there.
are you talking about? Like, why? Listen.
Well, why would
the
you, like,
reason
sum
we
up a
make-
whole
the
bunch of
reason
people?
that we make these kind of presuppositions when we're meeting people, it's the
course.
defense mechanism that's built into us for survival.
But why are you
okay?
defending like
The
against
reason
anything?
that we have to make and ascertain judgments about people
Mm-hmm.
within seconds is what keeps you alive. For instance, if I'm walking down the street and a guy has a crowbar in his hand, a black ski mask on, I'm probably going to avoid him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I judging the entire group of people with crowbars and black ski masks when I do that? Yeah, I don't know, probably. But you know what? I probably should. Right? I probably should. It's probably smart to do.
Agreed.
So it's like, no, I think it's fine to kind of make some presuppositions about people as far as a survival mechanism because that's how we live. That's how we operate. We have to operate that way.
Yeah, I guess it's just different between men and women because for me, I never assume what people do. Obviously, you can make assumptions, but to directly correlate, that's just, I don't think. I mean, for
Yeah, I
like if it's a
directly correlate
crowbar,
the guy
then
with
yeah.
ski
But if we're just a
mask and
woman
crowbar, yeah.
dressed like normal, then you're just assuming things that's inappropriate as well. I feel
But
like.
one thing that's kind of interesting is if someone says something and it's not true, then you don't get offended by it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
So,
not
like,
offended, but it's just like, you know.
like if someone's like, "Hey, you're a washer machine."
Yeah, like,
whatever,
all of us,
It's
like,
like, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So what you guys are saying though, his username is Anal Skywalker. You guys want to see a photo of him? Somebody said that.
Yeah, I do.
You want a photo
I
of him?
do.
All right. If you're still watching, you can send one in, I guess.